Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How are we getting on? Happy New Year to you all. Hope you've had a good one and a good Christmas. So, with 2022 now underway, I thought we'd kick things off this year by having a little chat about what I've been up to the last couple of weeks and my plans for, 2022, the year ahead. Okay then, so had a good little Christmas, hope you guys have as well. Had a little visit back home to the family, that was nice and fun. Some nice presents and the like, and got absolutely shattered by the end of it. It was mostly quite chilled, but somehow Christmas being what it is, just wore me out completely. It took about 3 days to actually recover when I got home. But good fun, had a nice little trip home. I spent the last few days chilling out at home playing, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, which has been good fun. Though, gotta admit, I stand by what I said about Origins, in that it would be better if it wasn't an Assassin's Creed game. I think they should definitely have ditched that whole Assassin's Creed element back at Origins and just made historical RPGs, personally, but still, having fun with it. So that's basically what I've been up to over the last few days. Also done a few little bits and pieces for the channel. I've updated a couple of bits on the stream intros and things like that, and the graphics and stuff to make that a bit more up to date for 2022. Tweaked a couple of other bits and pieces as well we'll talk about in a minute. So speaking of Christmas, before we move on too far, clearly first up, I got a Christmas present off Bethesda and Noble Chairs. So I don't know if I can show this very clearly, not really. But yes, Bethesda very, very kindly sent me a shiny new chair just before Christmas. It arrived a couple of days before. Actually arrived in time for the last stream. Unfortunately, whilst I was taking pictures of it, I managed to knacker the cable for my camera. So I didn't have a camera for that stream. Obviously now working again, so all good, but here we go, shiny new Vault-Tec Fallout chair. Quite happy with this one, very, very comfortable, very much appreciate it, very kind on the part of Bethesda and Noble Chairs, who are the manufacturers. So you may have seen some pictures of it on my socials if you follow me over there. If you haven't, links down below, go ahead, check it out. Decently comfortable. It's a bit firmer than my last chair, but getting used to that now. It's pretty huge, it's heavy, very, very heavy, but really liking it, very comfortable, and it means my other half gets an upgrade in form of my old chair as well, which she needed even more than I did. So, definitely happy with that, very comfortable, and likely just spending quite a lot of time sat here now. So, not that I wasn't already, but, very much appreciate that one. Fallout. Obviously the big thing, and that's obviously going to be continuing through 2022. Some debate as to what might or might not happen over the course of the year with Fallout. Obviously we've got expeditions to look forward to, which should be good fun. Definitely looking forward to getting outside the regular map and exploring new areas. First one obviously is going to be the pit. We don't know when, probably around about at the soonest March, but more likely after that, I'm guessing, close to the summer perhaps. We'll see. March is the next big update for Fallout, so obviously that will be continuing builds, continuing news, continuing streaming Fallout as well, and I'll ponder, see if there's anything else I can come up with that might be worth adding into the the set of videos that we're making. So plenty of that still to come. I'm kind of wondering what the next big story update for Fallout will be. My theory is going to be the Enclave, because everybody seems to be clamouring for it, and that will definitely be very, very cool if and when they do it. I would be very surprised if Bethesda don't do something along those lines. It's the one big faction they haven't covered yet, so it's my hunch. I would expect to see some kind of Enclave-based story update at some point in the year. It might be that we get expeditions and a few things that have been delayed from last year in the earlier part of this year, and then a sort of Enclave update later. That might be a thing that could happen, but we'll have to wait and see. Obviously, Bethesda has said nothing on this front yet, so we'll have to wait and see. And but definitely looking forward to getting back into that. I've not really played too much over Christmas because I basically took it as downtime, which something I definitely need to be doing more often. And last year has shown that very much, so nice to have a little bit of a break. So speaking of streaming, obviously Fallout continuing as the main thing. We've got The Witcher to finish off, which we're nearly there with. I was thinking about doing a bit over the Christmas break, but I ended up just taking the break. So we'll jump back into that later this week. I imagine we'll either get it finished off this week or next. So that'll be very, very cool. Looking forward to wrapping that one up and eventually moving on to playing The Witcher 2, because looking forward to the advancements over the first game. As much as I've enjoyed it, it's got some jank to it. So I'm definitely going to pick that one up. The other thing that will be continuing again, resuming probably at the end of this week, will be our tabletop sessions of Fallout. The RPG, the tabletop one, the D20 system from Modiphius, that we do over on Mad Queen's channel. So keep an eye out for that. As usual, I'll post on the community page at the... probably on Friday, because it's Friday nights we do that. So, yeah, if you're interested in coming and watch a whole bunch of us, myself, Mad Queen, Brandon Perkins, and Rob Mulligan, who's our GM, playing Fallout set in Florida on tabletop form, that will be going on from Friday as well. So, looking a little further ahead, the streaming schedule, it's a little up in the air in terms of what I'm going to do. Obviously, the Fallout thing's going to continue running for as long as it is appropriate for it to continue, so with no predictable end to it at the moment. But in terms of the B game, the secondary game, obviously, once we've done The Witcher, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do next. Got a couple of possibilities that I'm thinking about toying with, so we'll see. Yeah, I don't want to say too much on that until I make a decision, but we'll see. We'll have a few options available, so I'll jump into something following that. I have been enjoying playing old sword and sorcery style of games rather than a shooty type game, so it's nice to have a contrast there, so I might do something along those lines, or I might not. We'll see. But yes, something else we'll be following up. Somewhere around about that time as well, between now and the summer, Ghostwire Tokyo is due out, which is the next big Bethesda release. And a game that looks pretty interesting, spooky game set in Tokyo, funnily enough, wherein all the inhabitants have just vanished and been replaced by various spooky demons, and you play a character who has to combat them. So, don't know too much about that yet, but I do know it's due out sometime in the first half of this year. So we'll keep an eye out for that. That will probably end up in the screaming schedule. Yeah, I keep doing that, calling it a screaming schedule. It'll end up in the screaming schedule sooner or later, I should imagine, probably when that comes out. So I reckon we'll jump onto that. We also have Mass Effect 3. We've worked our way through 1 and 2 already, so Mass Effect 3 will probably be around about the start of the summer, I guess. Maybe midsummer, depending when Ghostwire comes out and how long it takes to play through and so on and so forth, but Mass Effect 3 will probably be around there. And depending on what time we finish that, we may have a gap to fit something else in after Mass Effect 3. As to what that something else will be, I'm not sure. It'll probably be something that isn't massively long, because the big thing in November, the 11th of November, is the release date for Starfield. So, expecting to see more videos and releases and things from Bethesda on news about Starfield in coming weeks and months. Definitely looking forward to that. But they've strongly hinted at E3 that they'll be showing gameplay. It seems likely that E3 is where we'll be getting it. We'll probably have to wait till then. But yeah, very, very much looking forward to that. Very excited for Starfield. Sort of Skyrim meets Mass Effect is the vibe I'm getting from what Bethesda are saying. So, definitely down for that. I've gone over all of these concept art they've released already as well, so if you're interested in checking that out and having my thoughts on that, then do check that video out, because yeah, very, very excited for that. The concept art looks very, very cool. They've basically said they're setting out to create a sci-fi equivalent to Skyrim, not in too much in style, but in the sense that it's big and you can stumble across adventures all over the universe of Starfield in this case, much like you can with Skyrim. There's stuff to get up to and things to discover all over the map. So that sort of vibe, I think, is what they probably mean. So definitely down for that. Really, really hoping there'll be base building in it, obviously. Don't think that'll come as a surprise to anybody. I think it probably will. If you look at Bethesda's games over the last 15 or so years, then they've steadily increased player housing and base building and stuff as time has gone on, because it's proven very popular. Obviously, there was a tiny little bit of it in Fallout 3. I'm not sure about Oblivion, but there definitely was in Fallout 3. Then Skyrim had the Hearthfire DLC plus purchasable houses, obviously same sort of thing but more in ESO. Then Fallout 4 has the settlement building mechanic we know and love, and 76 as well. So I would be very surprised if Starfield doesn't incorporate something like that, and possibly even the next Elder Scrolls when the time comes for that. But yeah, that should be very, very cool. Obviously, if that's a thing, in either case, I'll be streaming the living daylights out of Starfield anyway. I'll probably do more videos than just streams. I'll probably do some guides, that sort of thing, and build videos, hopefully, if those are a thing, which, well, we'll have to wait and see, but hopefully we'll find out in the summer about that as well. So that's the sort of thing I'll be doing when that releases. So we'll basically be doubling up. Fallout will continue, and we'll have Starfield as the other thing that the channel will be doing. If it goes the way I think and hope it will. So that should be very, very cool. So that basically covers most of the year in terms of the stuff we know. There's a few gaps in there, and we'll see what we drop into those gaps, but it should be very, very cool to have a look at anyway. Yeah, beyond that, interested to see what you guys will be interested in seeing and hearing about and that sort of thing. Definitely interested in putting some new stuff in there, and certainly in the streaming side of things in particular. And yeah, I'll have to see if I can come up with some new sort of styles of content, stuff like that, to drop in if they fit and work and belong and that sort of thing. But again, I'll have to wait and see what I come up with. So one last thing I wanted to talk about before I wrap up here is that channel memberships. Those of you who are familiar with, or will be familiar with, funnily enough, but that little blue join button down below the video, and it's on the homepage of the channel as well. It's a way for you to support the channel if you are interested. That's been running for a couple of years now, so thank you very much to everybody who has been supporting the channel in that way. I hugely appreciate it. But I've expanded that ever so slightly over the Christmas period, so if you check it out now, you'll be able to find that there's actually now 2 tiers of memberships. Basically, it works a bit like Twitch subs, so it's a recurring monthly subscription that supports the channel. And there are a few little perks attached to it. Yeah, previously we just had the 1 tier at $4.99 or equivalent depending on your currency, and that was all I had. But even since we initially set it up, YouTube have expanded the number of options available there quite considerably, actually. For now, we've just added 1 tier, sort of lower tier, for those who just want to chip in a smaller way over time. If you're interested in that, do check it out. You just click that blue join button, you'll see all the information down there. So we've got a set of perks that come along with channel memberships if you are interested in that sort of thing. For those who are on the new first tier, there are little badges to indicate that you are a channel member. There are emojis that you can use in stream chat as well. And there is access to some of my screenshots, which I've converted for mobile phone wallpapers, that sort of thing. So if you want to have a look at those, use any of those, stick them on your phone, that sort of thing, channel members will be able to get access to that. For those who are already channel members or wish to join the second tier, which is effectively the one that already exists, there's an extra perk on that one, which is that your name will appear at the end of videos. So that's obviously what I've been doing already, and yeah, you'll continue on that list if you're on the second tier. The first tier will get everything else, but won't be on the end of the videos. The second tier gets the whole lot, essentially. So yeah, just click on that button if you want to see a bit more and check it all out. I very much appreciate it. You can obviously not do that if you like. It's entirely optional. I'm not going to lock any content behind it, but it's a fun little extra if you are interested in that, and very much helps out the channel, so I do appreciate it. So yeah, thought I'd tack that little observation onto the end rather than sticking it up your nose at the front. So there we go. So yeah, I think that's everything I've got to cover right now. A couple of little adjustments to streams and things like that, as I say, that you'll spot as we go along. I've updated some of the clips and things like that, and the layout a tiny little bit, that sort of thing. So hopefully things should be running nice and smoothly there. I've been saying on stream for ages, I've been meaning to rejig my stream deck and make that work a little better than it was doing, and I did that as well. So happily, that should be running nice and smoothly as well. So yeah, looking forward to getting back into things during the course of the year. Well, starting this week, we're going to jump back into a Fallout stream this evening, which should be good fun. Definitely up for that. So I do hope you'll join us for that one, and I hope to see you there. But for now, thank you very much for hanging out. Do appreciate. Thank you for watching. As usual, all the links down below as well if you are interested. You've got social media links, merch store. There's a couple of new products on the merch store if you want to check those out. Those are down in the description as well. And yeah, of course, the live streams as well. Do watch out for those. Notification bell, subs and likes, all that good stuff, always welcome. Notification bell will keep you updated on streams and videos and all that stuff as well if you are interested. So, thank you very much for watching. Looking forward to 2022. Hope you have a great one. Hope I have a great one. We'll see. Hope it's better than the last few years. But for now, thank you very much for watching, and I look forward to speaking to you all very, very soon.